Welcome to a new episode of Tip of the Week. In this week we will discuss how you can use multiple domain controllers when using the Active Directory tasks. So for example, when we create a new module and we go to tasks and we select add, and in the provisioning we have a lot of Active Directory options. We can create, manage, delete and query computers, groups, organization units, users, and we can move and query objects. All these actions require three default settings: domain, security context and domain controller. It's recommended to add these values in the variables. So first of all, let's create a new category and call this domain information. And let's create a new variable and we call this one domain name. Leave the type on text. Make sure that the category is domain information, the new build created domain category, and the value will be the full qualified domain name of the domain. In my example it will be education.edu. And the next step is creating a new variable and we call this domain credentials, type credentials, full domain account. I will take administrator here for a moment. It's recommended to create a service account in your Active Directory and place it here and make sure that the password cannot expire or changed, all those settings. Now enter the password twice and store these values. Oh, now you see what's going wrong here. We need to move this one to the correct category. So now we have this nice and gentle. I am not creating a domain controller because I can only add one domain controller to a variable or to the field in the Active Directory tasks. But when we use the full qualified domain name, the system will use a round robin solution to select one of the domain controllers available. So when we go back to modules, create a new module, call this, name this create user. Select the task and choose the create. So the next step is creating the variables here. So right mouse click in this field, go to variables, select domain name, and in the domain controller we will select the same variable as domain. For the security context, we need first go to the three dots button and select right mouse click, variables, domain credentials, and then you notice that both fields are filled by the variable. Click OK. So when we are finished we have this kind of information. Now we can store this. Oh, of course we need to fill in all the rest of the information, which I don't want to. So I will cancel this one and click add, and let's query an object. And let's filter by an OU. And what's happening when I click here? Nothing, because there is no information available. So let's add the variables again. Click OK. What's happening when we click on filter by OU? Now we can see exactly what kind of information we have in the system. So with the domain name, the full qualified domain name, as a variable in the domain controller, it will use one of the available domain controllers in a round-robin solution. So it's not needed to fill one explicit domain controller there, which is a single point of failure, because when the server is down or not available, all your jobs related to the Active Directory will fail. And with this solution, it will always work, because when one of the domain controllers is not available, it will check another one. So thank you very much for joining my videos. I would appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you and bye bye.